Hi everyone, I am Brian with Playing for Second, and I'm back with another solo session of Marvel Champions. Last time I did this, I did the Winter Soldier Precon deck, which Winter Soldier was pretty good, but it was also a pretty good Precon deck. That same day I recorded Shuri's Precon deck, but it was very blurry and unusable. So I did like what she was doing. I did not like the Precon deck, so I figured I would throw something together, give it a shot. We're going to face Klaw, because it's thematic, and see if we can take them out. So join me at the table, and let's see how we do against Klaw. Okay, so we are all set up. We got our defense network out. We discarded it until we found ourselves an armored guard, and I am using the ransacked armory encounter with Klaw because it sounded thematic. I don't think I've used that one. All right, so I really liked the Dora Milaje allies in the Precon. So I kept those in here, and my goal was to basically try to keep them alive. I really like how they feed off one another. It's pretty neat. So I decided to build a protection deck, throw in some med teams, and some other things to try to see if we could keep the Dora Milaje alive and to help Shuri out and take care of Klaw here. So we're going to see if it works. I did some kind of random draws to see how it looked, and it was okay. So there's some cards in here I'm not sure I'm going to keep in here. For instance, here's one, meditation. So you can exhaust your alter ego, play meditation, and then the next card you play, the card is reduced by 3, which seems good. Don't really want it in my opening hand because her ability is also to exhaust herself and to go grab an upgrade. So if you have not played Shuri Black Panther, the original Black Panther, T'Challa, had a bunch of upgrades, and then Wakanda Forever cards, 4 of them, I think, that could trigger all the upgrades. Shuri is similar, only has 1 Wakanda Forever, but her upgrades will trigger in other ways. And then you can also, when you trigger them, you can discard them for kind of a bonus effect. So we are going to go ahead and go grab one here. There's one that does damage, because her attack is only 1. So I do want to grab, I think it's Panther Claws, something like that. Yeah, Panther Claws. So when you exhaust her, you go and you find a Black Panther or a tech upgrade. You put it into play, reducing its cost by 2. They cost 2, so just going to put them into play for free. And then we'll look at her hand. But yeah, so far I'm really liking her cards. I'm liking her kit. She's got stuff in here to help her heal without exhausting. She's got stuff in here, obviously, to attack and form, as they all do. And I think I like this mechanism of the upgrades more than I do the original Black Panther. There is only 1 Wakanda Forever card, but it's powerful, but it's not kind of her only thing that she's got going on. So, okay. Okay, I also threw in a side scheme that helps me heal. It heals 5 for all of your characters in play, which, again, I'm just trying to keep the Dora Milaje alive. All right, let's get out Ingenuity. And then we're going to use Ingenuity. I did also put sidearm in, which is just +1 attack, and your ally gains ranged. I figure all the Dora Milaje, after just beating everybody up with their spears, they could just Indiana Jones style get the gun out and shoot them. So that amused me, so I put them in. But currently, there's no one to put it on, so we're going to bring out Avengers Mansion, which we'll use, but... Oh, okay. Queen Ramonda. This is one of the ways that she can heal without exhausting. So you exhaust Queen Ramonda and alter ego, and then you heal damage equal to her recover, which is 4. So that's going to be really helpful because we're going to be exhausting her for other things. So, but can't play it now. We'll go ahead and flip to Shuri just to try to get the underground distribution or main scheme there. We want to try to keep that out as long as possible. So, however, nothing to do. So we'll ready everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I see a med team. I see 2 vibraniums, and I see another upgrade. So that is not looking overly terrible. All right. First thing we're going to do that. We're then going to get attacked by Klaw. We are not going to defend. It's a protection deck, but I did not build it to defend. More probably flipping back and forth between hero and alter ego pretty frequently. So his whole thing is 2 cards instead of 1. So Weapons Runner is going to come into play, and 1 damage will be dealt to us, a 2nd damage here. Okay. All right, he's going to attack again for 2 cards. 1, that's 4 more. We are immediately down to 5 health. That is all right. It's our turn. Let's go ahead and Avengers Mansion and grab a card. Another med team. I do want to get a med team out, so we are going to spend one, though, to bring out Queen Ramonda. Ingenuity we can only use if your identity has the Genius trait, which Black Panther only has in Alter Ego form. So, let's go ahead and bring out our Kimoyo beads. I'm going to spread these out. I'm not sure how much room I have on the camera, so I might kind of stack them up a little bit. Actually, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do it this way. Again, these are just the upgrades that you don't do anything with until she does like a basic attack or something like that. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're going to go ahead and Black Panther is going to thwart for 2. Got to do this one first because of that symbol that I forget what it's called. And then when you do that, her ability is you trigger one special ability off of the Black Panther decks here. So this one, deal 2 damage to an enemy. If I discard it, you can do an additional 3 damage. This one is remove 1 threat from a scheme. If you discard it, you can confuse the enemy. We're just going to do the 2 damage, and we're going to take out that weapons runner because we are going to flip down to Alter Ego. Then we're going to use Ingenuity and our other Vibranium to bring out a med team. 1, 2, and 3 markers on the med team. And then we'll use Queen Ramonda's ability to go ahead and heal equal to the Alter Ego, which is 4. So we'll go up to 9. And that'll be us. So exhaust, or unexhaust rather. Draw up to 6. Okay. Well, we do have the meditation, but nothing that costs 3 or more, which is kind of why I threw them in there. Again, this is kind of the one card. I have 3 copies of it in there. I don't know if they're going to stay in there. I'm trying to think of something else that can go in other than just probably resource cards, maybe. Okay, so that was us. So this is going to go up 1. Scheme for 2, plus 1 is another 3. This guy schemes for nothing. And then we'll draw a card. Villain schemes. Okay, well, I'm not even going to technically draw a card. Okay, they scheme for 4. That's going to clear this out. Okay, we do have to go find another minion. This is not a great start. Hey, there's another minion. It's another armored guard, but this, oh, I didn't realize Ransacked Armory has the exact same armored guard in it. So that's fun. Okay. Kind of a rough start here. We'll see if we can recover from it. So, all right, it is our turn. First things first, let's go ahead and use Queen Ramonda and Avengers Mansion. So we'll draw a card, which is our Dora Milaje supporter upgrade. We'll heal up to full support. So this is the Dora Milaje card where you can exhaust this to trigger a Dora Milaje ally's ability and to heal one from them, which is great when you have Dora Milaje out. We do not. Okay, well, I think we use it. So we're going to go ahead and use that Meditate to bring Dora Milaje out for free. That does exhaust Shuri. We are also going to use a Ready to Rumble to bring out another Ready to Rumble. And actually, you know what? We won't use that. We will use Ingenuity to bring out a Ready to Rumble because we are still a genius until we flip. We will then ready with Ready to Rumble. So now we can hopefully do some stuff here. All right, 2 arm guards, not great. So what we are going to do is we are going to attack one of them. Let's go with this guy, just to get rid of the toughness. And then with the 2 damage that we would do from here, or, you know what, let's use it for the threat, and let's clear this last threat off Defense Network. Okay. Then let's go ahead and use Strength to do a Clawed Strike. So this is going to deal 4 damage to an enemy and then resolve the Black Panther ability off of one of the cards. So again, we're going to do 4 damage to this, and with the ability, we'll go ahead and clear that toughness off the arm guard so they are ready next time. Okay. Dr. Sinclair I throw in here too. This is another one that she actually works a lot like Queen Ramonda. You can exhaust her and spend a blue intelligence resource. I forget what they're called. The little Pym particle looking thing. Another reason that ingenuity is in here. And then you can also heal for the recovery. Discard a status, and then any player can trigger this, but obviously in a solo play, that's just going to be me. Currently, I'm a little bit more worried about getting schemed out. So we're going to go ahead and ready to rumble using Dr. Sinclair. That's us. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Here's another card I kind of randomly threw in here. Plan B. Haven't seen this one used a lot. You can exhaust it and discard 1 random card from your hand to deal 2 damage. I figured if I get all the Dora Milaje out, and that I seriously just drew all 3 of them. Okay, that's fun. But if I get them out and I'm still pulling meditations, then the meditation can effectively become 2 damage if I can just play everything else from my hand. So, okay, well, still not looking great. We're going to get attacked, and we're just going to take it. So 2 cards. That's 3, 4 from the arm guard. And we're going to get a weapons runner who has Surge. When revealed, either spend 1 of each or exhaust each character you control. I don't want to spend 1 of each, so I am going to exhaust Black Panther. Okay. Let's Avengers Mansion. Med team. Oh boy. Okay. We're going to flip. And when we flip, we're going to ready to rumble. To ready ourselves. We're then going to exhaust ourselves to play meditation. And we are going to bring out Okoye. She costs 4, so we will throw a med team underneath that. Actually, no, we won't. We'll use ingenuity. Okay. While we're in alter ego mode, we will go ahead and Queen Ramonda to go back up to full. Okay. And then we're going to use Okoye to take out the weapons runner. All right. And then we will use Dora Milaje to heal that one. And it technically triggers her ability, which is choose a Wakanda hero or ally. They get +1 thwart, +1 attack, but that's not going to come into play because we are not Black Panther currently. Okay, and then I could play another one of the Dora Milaje. And the other one would hit the discard pile. All right, so their special abilities are deal a damage or remove a threat. So, let's deal a damage. So we're going to discard these 3 to bring out Io, I think, maybe. Is her name? Their name? I don't know. But after she uses a basic power, all the Dora Milaje do this. After they use a basic power, they resolve the special ability on another Dora Milaje. So Okoye will resolve this one, and Io will resolve Okoye. Do we want to use her for anything? If we were smart, let's pretend, no, we didn't do it in time. If we were smart, we would have brought her out first. When Okoye did her thing, we could have triggered this ability to do 1 damage. And now I'm going to do 2 damage over here. But we weren't smart. So we're not going to do that. We'll do it later. Okay. I think that's us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So 1 threat. Scheme for 2 plus 2 more is 4. Replace a 1 with a 5. So yeah, we need to do something about that. No scheme from here, luckily. When revealed, either spend one of each resource or exhaust each character you control. Yikes. Well, I don't think we want to exhaust every character we control, so we are going to do that. We are going to get rid of the blue. I've only got one red, and we'll do this. And so we will spend these three so that we don't have to exhaust, and then we're up. All right, that's fun. We are at full, so we don't need to worry about Queen Ramonda. Let's go ahead and Avengers Mansion for a card. Hey, look, it's a sidearm. Again, that amuses me. Let's go ahead and we're going to Dora Milaje, and we're going to heal Io and then trigger her ability to do 1 damage to take out the armored guard. Cool. Do we want to do anything with Shuri? I don't think so. I also don't think we want to play. All right, we're going to use Ingenuity to put a sidearm on Okoye because, again, I'm amused. And then we're going to go ahead and flip. We got 6 up there. We need to do something about that. Do I have anything to do something about that? I sure do. We're going to play these 2 to do On the Prowl, remove 3 from a scheme, and then resolve the special ability on a Black Panther card. So we're going to remove these, put 2 on there, and then the special ability will do, we're going to do 2 damage to Klaw. Okay. And then we're going to have Io. Yeah, we're going to have Io also attack Klaw. That's going to be for 2. And that is going to trigger the special ability of Okoye. That'll give +1/+1 to Black Panther. And then we're going to thwart then with 3 to get rid of all these, which will trigger the Black Panther upgrades. We're going to do the 2 damage again. Right, then we are going to attack with Okoye. She is attack 3 because of the gun she's now carrying. And then that is going to trigger this special ability, which will do 1 more damage. So just like that, Klaw is down to 2. Nobody needs healed yet. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and ready everybody up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see another sidearm, and I see T'Challa, and I see Heart of the Panther. Okay, and Wakanda Forever. This is looking pretty good here. Let's see how we do. I'm going to threat there. We are going to get attacked for 0, but 2 cards. 1, 2. That's just 1. So we're going to get attacked for 1. Other card's going to come out. When revealed, discard an upgrade or support you control. Ugh. This might be silly, but I'm going to discard the Komoyo beads. Okay. It is back to us. Let's Avengers Mansion right off the bat. We have a ready to rumble. That's good. Okay. Well, we need to get T'Challa out so that we can do... Well, Heart of the Panther isn't that great right now because I only have... So Heart of the Panther is search your deck and discard pile for a Black Panther upgrade, put it into play, and then resolve special ability of up to 4 Black Panther upgrades. I will only have 2 at that point, which, you know, is greater than 0 or 1, but I don't think I'm going to focus on that since it costs 2. I do want to get T'Challa out. He costs 4, so we are going to... That's 2 energy. We're going to spend Heart of the Panther... I really like the idea of having sidearm on somebody. And we're going to go with Wakanda Forever. Okay, so T'Challa is out. We are going to... We're going to put a sidearm on Io as well. Okay. Well, only to do 2 damage. T'Challa is the only one hitting for 2. I don't know how. Okay, so we're going to go in with T'Challa. He's going to finish off Klaw. So Klaw will come back with a vengeance, but also with a new card. And go up to 18. And then we have to find the Immortal Claw, which I think I just discarded. Yeah. So effectively, he actually goes to 28. Now after T'Challa uses a basic power to resolve the special ability, I don't know how that works. I don't know if that happens before he flips and becomes Klaw 2.0. I'm going to assume it does so that we don't just take 2 more damage off of him. Okay. However, Klaw is now fair game. So we are going to send Io in to do... Come on, where are the ones? There we go. Send her in to do 3 damage with her gun. That is going to trigger Okoye's ability. So Shuri is now +1/+1. And then we are going to do 3 more damage, which is going to trigger another damage from Io because of their special Dora Milaje abilities. And then we might as well go ahead and trigger one of their abilities again. So we're going to use Dora Milaje to heal Io, which will do 1 more damage. And then Shuri is 3 thwart, 2 attack. We are going to thwart away the Immortal Claw, effectively doing 10 damage once that is taken down. That is going to trigger 4 claws, which will do 2 more damage. Yep, this is working pretty well. Like I said, her kit's pretty fun. I don't generally build decks. I usually just pull them off the Marvel Champions database. But again, this one's kind of working right now. I don't know if it's probably Shuri. It's probably not the deck, but oh well, it's a good time. I'm going to go ahead and use my first med team here and heal 2 off of Okoye. So there we go. Okay. I think we're all set. We're going to go ahead and ready everything. And assuming we survive this turn, I think next turn should be a pretty nice murder of Klaw. So I do need to shuffle, which means I'm going to get an encounter card. But yeah, Shuri's Kit is really fun if you haven't played with it. If you're a fan of the original Black Panther, definitely check this one out. The original Black Panther, I liked how I think he had built-in Retaliate 1, I think. Or maybe he didn't. It might have been something else. His upgrades, though, they were neat when you were getting Wakanda Forever. So I know a lot of times I think people built decks with a lot of upgrades and supports to clean the deck out and get to Wakanda Forever a lot more so you could trigger those. But with this one, with T'Challa and Black Panther triggering them, it seems pretty neat, and I like how they're triggering a little bit more frequently. All right, 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, put a thread up here. We are getting attacked. Yep, we're getting attacked for 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then we've got 2 cards. The first one, attached to a minion with the most remaining hit points. If you cannot, this card gains Surge. Okay, there's no minion, so it gains Surge. Attached to Klaw. Klaw gains Retaliate 1. Fair enough. So Klaw now has Retaliate 1. Fun part about that is the sidearms also give the Dora Milaje ranged, so they will not be retaliated upon, which is pretty cool. Villain attacks you. Yikes. Wasn't expecting that. I think I need to defend that. I've only got 6 left, and there is a chance that I will lose that. So yeah, I'm going to defend for 2. So attack of 1 plus a card, that's 0. Let's go ahead and shuffle, which will give a progression counter, which should not matter. Two. All right, so a total of 3. I defended 2. I will take 1. Okay. Let's see what we got here. 2 meditations. On the Prowl, which removes threats. Avengers Mansion, let's grab another card. Another med team. I think I'm good, but we're just going to, for fun, give T'Challa a gun as well, because it's in her hand. All right, so then we are going to attack 4, 3, 6, 9. If you know the song, you know the song. And then that is also going to deal 2 damage. And now I could also choose to discard this. That's kind of when I would typically discard it, is to try to do the last 3 damage. But that's 9 plus 5. That is 14 damage. Klaw has been defeated. All of that was range, so we don't have to worry about retaliate either. And they would all still be alive, too. So yeah. That seems to work. I'm not sold on meditation. If you have suggestions for any other cards, leave them in the comments. I'm thinking maybe just resource cards. That's effectively what these are, is you're spending 1 to get 2. There are resource cards that just get you 2, but they're typically either specifically for protection or specifically for the gray cards. Whereas this kind of leaves it open. You can use it for whatever, but you do have to be in Ultra Ego. So I will probably replace meditations with, I think, Strength Among Us, I think is the name of the gray one, or the protection one that just gives you 2 if you play it for a green card. Because I do have some med teams in here. I'm not sure what other greens. I don't have a lot of green cards in here. Dr. Sinclair and med teams really is all I have. So I don't know. I'm going to play around with it a little bit more, but I did like it. So hopefully you enjoyed it as well. And like I said, leave some comments if you have suggestions on what cards can replace meditation or anything else too. So, but that was fun. I'm really enjoying Shuri Black Panther, I think more so than T'Challa Black Panther, but they're both fun. So thanks for joining me. Have a great day.